Hey y'all! So today I just wanted to review a couple of Star Trek graphic novels or comic book series. We've got Deep Space Nine and we've got the amazing Q Conflict. These are both written by brothers Scott and David Tipton. And if you've read any amount of Star Trek comic books, you're probably familiar with their names. They've written a ton of great books. But I read these two a few days ago and just wanted to talk about them. So we're going to start with Deep Space Nine. This is called Fool's Gold. So this one is just a classic story that I could see being made into an episode. It follows, or it starts with a ton of visitors coming to Deep Space Nine, but they're not being very upfront about why they're coming. When Odo interviews all these newcomers, they say things like sightseeing or vacationing without giving any more information. But the station is quickly filling up. So they're trying to investigate what exactly is happening. And at the same time, Chief O'Brien discovers that all these newcomers are essentially destroying the station. They're ripping off panels. They seem to be looking for something, but they're destroying the station. So the plot of this is the crew of Deep Space Nine trying to figure out what's going on. Of course, Odo thinks it's Quark because it's usually Quark. And I feel like if I say any more than that, it's going to give away the actual plot of it. So I'll leave it there. But basically, they're trying to figure out why all these people have come to Deep Space Nine and seem to be destroying it. I really enjoyed this a great deal. I think I ended up rating it 4 stars on Goodreads. I couldn't give it 5. I have read better Star Trek graphic novels than this one, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. The art was interesting. I think the art ended up fitting with the story, but the artist, which is Fabio Mantovani, he's good at what he does, but I don't think he's good at drawing emotions other than anger. And I wanted to kind of point out what I meant by that, so I bookmarked a few panels. So we've got Ivor Quirk, and then Ivor Odo. This is a look that you don't often see on Odo. And then we've got Angry Benjamin. I mean, there's also Kara, but she's always angry, so I think that was fitting for her. But I do like the art, but the facial expressions don't really seem to fit with the story. And the story is very concise. It's perfect. It's just a fun Odo and Quark story. And if you like Deep Space Nine and you're sad that there's only, 7 seasons? Then pick this up. I actually found this at a used bookstore for like $1 or $2. It was published back in 2010, so it is pretty old, but it's amazing, and I really recommend this. I can see myself rereading this multiple times. Now on to the amazing Q Conflict. This was amazing. I absolutely loved this. I rated it 5 stars on Goodreads. It is probably the best. I don't know. I was gonna say this is probably the best Star Trek comic book series I've read, but I really like the Next Generation Mirror Universe ones. One of them is called Mirror Broken. Excuse me. So I think there's 2 of them. So this is one of them. This is Mirror Broken. These are incredible. But aside from that, this is definitely the best. So this story is that the Q Continuum are having a war amongst themselves. And this war is spreading out into the universe and causing some suns to go supernova, destroying planets, people are dying, and Picard suspects Q. So he gets Q's attention, and Q decides that the best way to solve this conflict is to have humanity play a series of games and compete to win. Whoever wins will be the one to solve the conflict among the Q. So Q and 3 other members of the Continuum, including Trelane from the original series, this guy, he and 2 others, they each pick a captain and then they pick teams. So Q has pulled in the captains and officers of the original series, The Next Generation, Voyager, and Deep Space Nine. And all the crews get mixed up and they compete, and that's basically the story plot. But it's so much fun to read this, and I really love the fact that they included Trelane in this. It's never been, I don't think, it's been explicitly stated that Trelane is a Q, but I like the fan theory that he is. It just makes me happy to think that he is. So it's one of those fan theories that I choose to believe. Who knows if it's ever going to be explicitly stated anywhere that he is Q, but I liked his inclusion, and I just liked how all the different characters work together despite being from different timelines, especially the original series crew being put with crews from, Voyager and Deep Space Nine. So it was so much fun to read. The art is amazing. The artwork is actually by David Messina and Sylvia Califano, and it's very well done. I love it so much. I'm going to read this over and over again. Everything about this I absolutely adored. And Q is just such a wonderful character. Now, this did slightly fall into the issue I have with a lot of Star Trek The Next Generation stories, and that is Wesley. So most of the Star Trek fiction I've read up to this point is by Peter David, because he's written so much Star Trek fiction that if you read any of it, you're bound to pick up a lot of Peter David books. And my issue with Peter David, this makes me so annoyed that I'm starting to stutter, so I apologize. But the issue I have with Peter David, at least in the books that I've read by him, Wesley always plays a very large role in the story, even when it's not necessary. One of the best examples I can think of is Q and Lore, which is a amazing story about Lashana Troy falling in love for Q. And it should be my favorite Star Trek book, as are 2 of my favorite characters. But there's this really bizarre subplot of Wesley being given a slave girl, and it ruined the book. It took the book from a 5-star to a 3-star. And so much of what I read with The Next Generation includes Wesley. And one of the reasons it drives me crazy is that, yes, he played a role in The Next Generation, but not enough of a role that he should be such a prevalent character in all of Star Trek fiction. And his character annoys me. I don't like the prodigy child. And he shows up in this. Thankfully, in the Q conflict, he doesn't play a major role. He shows up with the Visitor, who he ran away with in The Next Generation. So it's not a major role, but it's so annoying that he shows up in everything. And I know, everyone has characters they like and don't like. If you like Wesley, that is fine. I just find his character grating. So that happened, but honestly, the Q conflict is so amazing that even that couldn't detract from how great this story was. If you like Star Trek and you like comic books, you would be nuts to not pick this up. It is so amazing. And I think I've said amazing like a billion times, so yay. But yeah, definitely read those 2. Again, that is Fool's Gold which is Star Trek Deep Space Nine and the Q conflict, which is kind of the Next Generation, but uses all of the cast that you love. And if you've read those, let me know in the comments. I want to know your opinion on Wesley. So if you're a Star Trek fan, what do you think of Wesley? Are you as annoyed by him as I am? Let me know why or why not in the comments, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.